I am currently wearing broken ass headphones with a fucking beanie over it because one of the headphones is broken. My name is Summer Knight, and today we're gonna be fucking reacting to videos. And I know it's probably gonna seem like I don't know how to cuss, because unfortunately, I don't. We're gonna be reacting to a reactor to a reactor. Because personally, I know for the first video, I just can't seem to, for the fucking love of me, I just don't. I don't want to bother with, you know, trying to react to a video by myself. I don't know. I'd rather live stream that shit so I can have people to talk to, because I'm a very talkative person and I love chiming in on ideas that other people have. I'm recording this off my phone because I don't have any fucking equipment, and yeah, you can see how busted I'm starting off with this, but you know, everybody has a grand start, you feel me? We are me with subscribers and I'll be able to actually get better cameras. We're gonna do a video of why are we afraid of this? I don't know.
Why do we fear the uncanny valley?
Take a look at this image.
Oh, this video is probably gonna be really creepy, by the way. I should probably preface that.
Take a look at this image.
Hold on, if y'all see me
how does it make you
feel?
Cool. Spooked?
I don't know. I've seen, I don't want to say uncanny valley is like not scary anymore, but I've seen so much uncanny valley that it's still disturbing, but it doesn't hold that same value of disturbingness that it had when I first saw Momo for the first time. When I was a kid and I saw Momo, oh my god, nightmares for weeks. What is uncanny valley?
Bro,
something that looks
fucking
human,
Momo.
but
do y'all remember that damn thing? Like, how many years ago was Momo, bro? I feel like that was like a few years ago.
It's like they look like they're a person, but something's off about them. A lot of the time it's their eyes, because when you look at people, the first thing, like when you look at a person's face, what's the first thing you look at? Usually their eyes, and then maybe their nose and mouth. Like, this is like a human. The rest of the usually doesn't matter. Like, that's not, if somebody has weird hair, you're just gonna be like, I don't like your hair. I don't like your chin. I don't like your jaw structure. Right. But like, this is a person, and honestly, I would even say, remove the nose. I would say their eyes and their mouth. And uncanny valley, if it looks...
Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
Valley, like, if it looks compressed or weird, it creeps you out.
Frightened? Bewildered, maybe? This is the uncanny... Okay, you all probably know what the uncanny valley is. But if you don't, it's a psychological theory that explains the discomfort people feel towards something that looks almost human, but not quite. As shown in this graph, as something becomes more human-like in appearance, people respond more positively to it, until a certain point where we find it disturbing. This dip or valley in affinity.
Yeah, if something's like 70% human, it's creepy. But if it's anywhere in between or outside of that, lower or higher, it's fine.
Is called the uncanny valley. Take for example dolls. At the midpoint of the graph, we might have something like this. You can tell that it's not human, it's cartoony, and doesn't have super realistic features.
And then there's Annabelle.
But then we have something like this. Now, me personally,
I wouldn't say that's creepy. It's more disturbing. I wouldn't say it's uncanny valley though. There's definitely weirder looking dolls.
I find this a little creepy. I don't know what it is, but there's something in those eyes, man. I don't like it.
They look sunken.
Now, it does vary depending on the person. Obviously, these toys sell, so not everyone finds these creepy. But there is a reason dolls
that's creepy.
Are a big part of the horror genre. In this video, I'm not going to be focusing on what the uncanny valley is, as I kind of just did that, and plenty of others have already covered it. Instead, I'll be exploring the different theories that try to explain why we fear the uncanny valley.
I think the one that I heard that I found the most cool, even if it's likely wrong, is that other forms of humans existed outside of Homo sapiens in our lifetime, or not in our lifetime, in humanity's lifetime, and they looked human but were a lot different. And I've showed pictures before this becomes a YouTube video. Editor, show up pictures of different humans, like earlier humans, or things that were alive when humans were alive, and they look off. And I don't want to say it's like a biological, you know, evolution capability that we've adapted to, but it was like at some point in human history, in Homo sapien history, there was a need to be able to distinguish humans versus things that looked human but looked a little not human too. Like they were either underdeveloped or overdeveloped, or had a different bone structure and their skulls look different. And so it's supposed to like disturb you because you have to be able to recognize like that's not me. That's not one of me. That's not a Homo sapien. That's Homo habilis. That's Neanderthals. Something like that.
What in our evolutionary past or psychology?
Corpses carry diseases. That's why. What do you mean? Like when something dies,
would cavemen even be thinking something like that? Because like that's like just assuming, unless he means like futuristically, but like I mean he got to be talking about like in like when intelligence is a thing, like because like think about a caveman, like pretty much just like, is it conscience of like, yeah, that's not a human and this is like does it know it's a human? Like does it even know it's a human?
It looks like Uncanny Valley. I wouldn't say that corpses look like Uncanny Valley. I would say they just look like dead. High IQ Joe Bart quote there. They just look dead. The reason that humans look Uncanny Valley when they're dead is because the fucking people at the coroner's office or whatever put 10 pounds of makeup on them and like string their eyeballs shut and shit to make them look human. I don't know. I don't want to say I would rather them just leave them like a fucked up dead guy, but I mean, I'd rather be cremated. I would honestly, when I die, just burn me or chuck me in the woods. You don't even need to bury me. Let the fucking rats eat me. Okay. Like I'm dead. It doesn't matter. You don't need to see, I don't need to be in a nice position wearing a fucking suit and tie and my favorite watch like this. Just fucking burn me.
It gives us
throw me in a waste to energy plant. Fuel somebody's fucking PC for 20 minutes.
This fear of things that look almost human. Will we uncover the answer? Well, you'll have to stick around to find out as we dive into...
Would you donate your body to a body farm? I'm an organ donor. So if I get hit by a car and die, they'll fucking cut me open and start taking my shit. I think everybody should be that. I don't know why people don't do that. If it's like religious purposes, that's one thing. But like, bro, you need to hold on to your liver when you're dead. Right. You need to hold on to your fucking skin. That's gonna bother you.
To the mystery.
You don't need it's like I never understand that shit on like, I have to look this way at my funeral or this and this and it has to go this way. Yo, you're dead, beast. Yo, you don't exist anymore. It's not like, oh, I'm dead and you're like, actively like, damn, I wish they played a different song at my death, looking at the funeral proceedings. Like, you're gone. Even if there is an afterlife, I would assume you would be there and not actively watching what clothing they're putting on you at your funeral.
The uncanny.
Why would you even like, your consciousness wouldn't even fucking be like...
I don't know that's creepy. That's creepy. I don't know other theories though. Outside of it being a, human evolution thing of other animals or other types of like, Homo habilis, whatever the fuck. What else would it be? Why are we afraid of Uncanny Valley? When you're a kid, maybe, and you're not like... Do you think kids are afraid of Uncanny Valley? Kids aren't afraid of clowns, though, and like creepy shit when they're really young, because they don't recognize what's normal and what's not normal. And they develop that really early on. But like young kids will cry when they see creepy shit. But like 12, if you show like 13, an infant like a fucking really creepy Halloween mask, they'll just look at it because they don't know what it is. I think that's what it is. Yo, that's what it is. Early babies and infants stare at humans so much that they get a general average understanding of what a human looks like. And then when they see something that looks off, it disturbs them.
What the fuck?
Fair warning, this video will contain imagery that people may find disturbing, so leave now if you don't like that. You know what? Actually, let me get this out of the way. Boom! Okay. That was the scariest one. Not that bad, right? Anyway, now on to the theories. The theory of mate selection suggests that uncanny features make us feel uneasy because our brains are wired to avoid potential mates who show signs of low fertility, poor health, or weak immune systems. I can see how this could make sense. People have a natural reaction to others they would or wouldn't like to
No, I
'cause
think
I'm
that's
like-
wrong because
'cause
you
I'm like,
find people
what?
that are poorly suited for survival ugly, not disturbing. If you like see some like people are naturally attracted
Bro.
to people that look healthy. Like
Right.
you could have offspring and they won't die at a young age. Like that's what you generally base your animalistic tendencies off of. I wouldn't say it's I'm never looking at Momo and going, Momo's ugly. Is Momo ugly? Yeah. But I'm not like, that's not my first thought. I'm going, ooh, jump scare, right? Maybe so ugly that it's disturbing. Maybe. maybe Uncanny Valley is
Have
so
I ever
ugly
met-
that it becomes
Have
disturbing.
y'all ever met
But
somebody
Doingle
that's so
with
ugly they're disturbing?
more-
Badoingle.
With more attractive people are received more positively
Wow, that's a new
Fuck.
term. I'm going to
What
add
the
that to my
fuck?
fucking, hat of tricks.
Badoingle.
in our minds, and less attractive people
That's a fucking
not so
word.
much. I mean, look at modeling, movies, TV, even politics. A lot of it is cultural, sure, but our brains are wired to favor more attractive people.
Your brains are more wired to favor attractive people in almost every fucking setting ever. If you're electing somebody for president, watching a movie star, like you don't see like ugly actors very often. You will, but a lot of the time, ugly actors, and this is not me dissing them or their attractiveness, but like a lot of ugly actors will play ugly roles. Like, have you ever seen a movie and there's just like the nerdy, ugly, fat guy,
Yeah,
and that's his
a
role?
lot of-
Is like
yeah, a
he's
lot
like
of
a smelly
ugly-
fat guy.
Yeah.
Somebody cast him for that. Like he auditioned to be extra in parentheses fat guy, and they needed him, and he auditioned for that. Like that in that scenario, I would say yeah, but most of the time people don't cast uglier people or like influencers. I don't want to say that it's every time, but like I don't know many top 100 streamers that I would find ugly. Like ugly. Maybe unattractive, but not ugly. XQC's not ugly. I think XQC is a good looking guy. I don't think Lacey's ugly. I met Lacey. I think Lacey's a very normal looking dude. I don't think he's ugly.
Yeah, he
you know what I
looks
mean?
normal.
Especially,
He don't
I mean,
really
this was
look
also
like-
just like
He's not a-
men and,
neither of these niggas
men
is like
being,
a-
fucking
I
whack,
put
but
myself
women
in, like, the
specifically
normal
too
look. I'm probably,
on
like, shot from right here
Twitch.
to the
Queso
camera,
is so
it's
fine.
terrible.
I don't think Queso's ugly. Women a lot of the time though. As well. Like, I don't
Bro,
know.
I'ma just
People
put it up here
favor
'cause I don't know if y'all
attractiveness
can barely
in social
fucking hear me or
spaces, in
can
social
or not.
media, in movies, in elections, in job markets.
Though I don't
Even if you're like, if you are applying for a
Christ,
job,
bro.
I don't know stats on this, but if you're applying to a job and you have
Hold on, y'all. I gotta go to the fucking bathroom. Hey, Gerald. Watch me do this. Okay, honey, go ahead. Yeah. Bitch, why would you go ahead and fart in my... I'm back.
same exact credibility, same interview, and you ran a test where one person was like, say, a 9 out of 10 to the interviewer, and the other person was like a 7. I bet the more attractive person would get the job most of the time.
really agree with this theory. For one, we can find people of a group we aren't attracted to unattractive or frightening. Like, we can see straight dudes bullying other straight dudes for being unattractive. Or I guess in the case of the Uncanny Valley, a straight girl can find Momo scary. And for another,
What?
I mean, come on.
Oh, he's saying this is to debunk it. Like, yeah, like a straight woman would be like, Momo is still disturbing.
You really think people are scared of these things because they don't want to do the devil's tango with them? Speaking of the devil,
我爱北京天安门，天安门上太阳升。
I rebuke everything, bro.
That it's a demon?
我爱北京天安门，
Oh my god.
The demon?
我爱北京天安门，天安门上太阳升。
Bro. That type of shit is scary to me, dude.
many creatures from folklore and religious texts fall into the Uncanny Valley. Creatures like the Nephilim and the devil from the Christian Bible, the Golem in Jewish folklore, or the Wendigo from Algonquin cultures. All of these are human-like
God, the
creatures
phone's
with
gonna
something
fucking die.
unsettlingly off. The Nephilim and Golems, for instance, are giants, larger-than-life versions of human beings. The devil has the form of a man but with animalistic features, and the Wendigo, as described by Basil H. Johnston,
Bruh, that is not Uncanny Valley, dude. That is a bipedal moose with flesh missing. I would go, that's creepy. If you were like, yeah, that's Uncanny Valley, I would go, you have no idea what Uncanny Valley means. That's just disturbing.
by Basil H. Johnston, has skeletal, emaciated features as if it were a hollow shell of a person. A common theme in these creatures is the idea of soullessness or a broken soul. The idea that they are human-like beings.
Oh, I hate these videos. I hate those videos. Stop.
Distinctly lack the sort of thing that would make them truly alive or human. Kind of like how I feel when someone says Mosasaurus or pterodactyl's a dinosaur, which they are not. But soullessness is also something we associate with robots or dolls. Human-like, but completely artificial.
Yeah, unconscious. Or not even unconscious. They don't have the capacity for human emotion. It's more so just like they're like a robotic thought machine.
Entities. This theory, I like to call the religious theory, suggests that our fear of the uncanny comes from a
I low-key feel like this is how I would perceive aliens. I don't think aliens would look anything like humans, but I think if they did, they would look like a very weird off version of us, and it would disturb me heavily. No, seriously. Like if aliens came down and they looked like Uncanny Valley, I'd be like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
They're
hell
here to
no,
kill
bro.
us.
a deep-rooted fear of the soulless.
I
demon.
think they'd be humanoid. I don't think they would. I think aliens being humanoid is so... Life itself is unlikely, but very, possible, I would say, definitively out there. Intelligent life, even more impossible. Intelligent life that also looks like humans? Bro. Fucking 1 in a bajillion trillion. Never.
Fallen angels, golems. Beings that resemble us but lack what truly makes us human. Personally, though, just like the last theory, I'm not totally convinced. It's not that I dismiss the theory because it's religious. Rather, I find it hard to believe that we fear something simply because it lacks a soul. After all, there's a lot more concrete evidence backing up other theories. Still, it's an interesting perspective to consider as we explore other...
I think it also might be lack of emotions or the copying of emotions that look off. Like somebody that's trying too hard to be human. Like Uncanny Valley faces smiling. It's never like a... It'll be like a...
Yo, ew.
And there's always like a weird
oh my
tint
god,
to it.
yeah, because
that
there's always
is
like an anomaly
uncomfortable.
fucking like bit. That's
You're
like
trying to
off.
look real and you're not.
And it's
I don't
like
want to say like
weird,
psychopaths trying to show emotion, but like somebody
like
that's
uncanny.
incapable of having just genuine like human I don't want to say like Dexter. Because Dexter's also not real, but like, you know how in Dexter, he had to train himself to show emotion? Like that, but like when he was bad at it.
other theories that may be a little more convincing.
Yo.
Music changed for copyright reasons.